Hello and welcome to the Racing Gambit presented by USA Wager on the Sports 2.0 network. We'll be taking a look at some of the racing action for this weekend. Obviously, we've got a new name this week, but we'll still deliver all the winners as we have done over the past couple of weeks. Obviously, we won't be doing it alone. Ace, how are you doing this morning?
I'm excited. We're talking about Kentucky Downs, baby. Kentucky Downs.
Yes, as I mentioned then, we did actually have a few winners last weekend. Ace, how did you get on with them? Some good performances there.
Yeah, you gave out more winners than me, but Max Player had a very nice victory. But let's talk about None Above the Law, which you had at 14-1. That race was so hard to handicap, and you gave out a big winner.
Oh, yeah, I think I said last week. I just thought he had all the kind of tools to kind of do well, and I was amazed he was so big. I don't know if
That
he possibly went off short. I don't know.
I'm telling you, that race was so stacked. Like you could have picked 7 horses before getting to None Above the Law, but you saw it, you took it, take it to the bank.
I'll be living off that for the next probably month, I think.
Nice, nice.
Yes, elsewhere we obviously had Max Power that won the Jockey Club Gold Cup. That was a really, really good one, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Beating Happy Saver. Warlike Goddess won the Flower Bowl, which was possibly the banker of the whole week, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, her name says it all. She likes the battle, and she's a goddess. I'm all good with it.
And then we had the Saranac Stakes, which was won by Public Sector from Never Surprised by a length.
Yeah, nothing, not too surprising there. Public Sector is a very nice horse, so not much of a price there either. But you know what? Sometimes you just gotta take what they give you.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we're going to find a bit of value in the markets for the two races at Kentucky Downs because they are pretty big fields. We've got the Calumet Turf Cup first, which is a Grade 2, 1.5 miles. We get a bit Breeders' Cup mad today because this is a Breeders' Cup turf race, so the winner of this gets into the Breeders' Cup turf. Although I must be honest, I don't think anyone in this race is going to even trouble winning that race. But there's a few interesting contenders in this. So who do you fancy, Ace?
Okay, so as if you've been watching our show, there's some horses that I just can't win with. I can't be on. Arklow is in this race, and I understand that at Kentucky Downs, which is a very unique racetrack, you got to run downhill, you got to run uphill, you got to turn right, you got to turn left. Lots of movement. Arklow has 2 wins and a second in 3 tries. I'm okay. I'm not going to take him. I like Tide of the Sea, the 4, Luis Saez, 6-1. He finally got his first win over Kentucky Downs yesterday. Trained by Mike Maker, who was very hot in the Saratoga meet, and continuing that at Kentucky Downs. And if you want a bomb, born in a crossfire hurricane, Flavian Pratt, 20-1 on the 2. He came over twice. He won some nice races over in overseas. Coming over to Santa Anita, Del Mar didn't run great. Flavian Pratt is special. He's coming in and he's going to win some races. And what's best about Kentucky Downs is if you like a price, hammer it. Nothing but prices coming in on this unique course. Who'd you think?
Yeah, I'm with you on Arklow because like everything about his record makes you think that this should be like a pretty routine win. But
Mm-hmm.
Arklow has been anything but that this season. Like
Mm-hmm.
his powers are definitely waning. I mean, like obviously he is 7 now as well. Like he's not getting any younger. But his record in this race, I think, does deserve a bit of respect. And obviously his record at Kentucky Downs. But like at
Mm-hmm.
3-1 in what is it? There's at least 12 horses that's going to go to post for this. You got to just look elsewhere. I think there could be a big winner in this. I quite like Glen County. I feel like I've tipped him up before in the past. He's 2 for 5 this season, and I think he stayed on quite well to finish third in the Mr. D Stakes. Another one that I am just not having at all this year is Zulu Alpha. His 4 has just fell off a cliff, hasn't it, since winning all of the
Yeah.
graded races last season? Like it's
Yeah.
been, but like again, like it just wouldn't surprise you if he just turned up and then rolled back to like the form from last year.
1,000,000%. I don't think he deserves his odds in this race. I don't like his recent form. And in all honesty, yeah, if you're taking a short price here at Kentucky Downs, you better believe that this horse can truly win, and he's going to be up there with the pace setters. This track has played so interesting. One day you get nothing but 3-1s, and then the next day you don't get a 3-1 on the card at all. So very interesting to say the least.
Yeah, the other one I'd like to talk about is Channel Cat, because Channel Cat won the Man O' War, was fourth in the Bowling Green. I just feel like if he's at his best in this field, he's going to take some stopping. But like again, we talk about the racing. Like, there's not like there's no guarantee he's going to be at his best.
No, and that's the thing that's just absolutely brutal. It's like you look at Channel Cat and you want to toss out his last two races, but man, they are just not good races. Just like Arklow, they're just not good races. Can they come up and peak today? Sure, but do you really want to take 9-2 when you can look at a horse that's 20-1 and go, that horse has just got the same amount of shot as this other one? So I hear you.
Yeah. So final word on that one then. Who are you going to go for?
I'm going to take Luis Saez. I'm going to take Tide of the Sea, Mike Maker. I think he's going to float up. I think he's going to be 8-1, and I'll take 8-1 all day on Luis Saez, winner of the Saratoga meet.
Yeah, and I'll be taking a chance on Glynn County because I just feel like there's more to come with this horse. So next up, we're going to stay at Kentucky Downs for another Breeders' Cup Challenge race. This one is a Grade 3 over 6 furlongs. Winner goes into the Breeders' Cup Turf and Turf Sprint. Yeah, Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint.
Mm-hmm.
Which the Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint anyway is a wide open field. So if one of these could proper throw down a marker, I would hazard a guess they're going to be in a pretty good position come Del Mar. But out of another big field, who do you fancy?
I really, really like two horses. And the thing is, the morning light odds are not going to be where these guys land. I like Fast Boat, 10-1 morning line, Joel Rosario and Joe Sharp. Joel Rosario won 11 of the first 22 races at Kentucky Downs meet. He was 50% after 22 races. His odds are going to go way down. All his odds this week have gone way down. I very much like that horse. I like what he did in his last race. I then also look to Bombard, the 3 at 10-1, Flavian Pratt. What's not to like about this horse? He goes to the lead and he hangs on. And it's going to be super important in Kentucky Downs because if you're not near the front in these sprints, you could be in trouble because these guys can actually run and keep running. Like 21 and 44 fractions and held on. And Flavian, I'll take.
Yeah, I'm with you on Fast Boat. I think there's a lot to like about Fast Boat. And the price at the moment, like you said, it's not going to go off at 10-1, not a chance. But like he obviously beat a lot of these in the Troy, which I think already elevates where you can actually kind of place him. And I think is more than ready to take on the likes of Casa Creed and Got Stormy.
Listen, I love Got Stormy. I'm very impressed with what they did their last race. But let's be honest. Some horses show up all the time. Some horses don't show up all the time. Fast Boat is 1-for-1 at Kentucky Downs, and Bombard is his second at Kentucky Downs. I like horses with experience. Besides Arklow, he's a bum. Remember, we hit on that. He's a bum. Besides him, I still like experience over this track, and Joel Rosario is on fire. He's just absolutely on fire this meet. So I don't even think we're going to get 5-1. So if you have fixed odds betting, Fast Boat at 10-1 is a gift.
Yeah, we will say a quick word on Got Stormy because I think out of the two that I did mention, I think Got Stormy is the one that has a very credible chance compared to Casa Creed anyway. Obviously, she was pretty good in the 4-star dive, winning that for a second time last time. It's just when she comes in with the boys, you expect like a performance from her. And I I just know she's going to be here. Obviously, she won here at Kentucky Downs last year in the ladies sprint. But yeah, she's just a bit inconsistent, isn't she? Like you'd want to go with the value of like someone like a Fast Boat in this, especially with the
Yep.
fields being so big.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think special filly, but at the same time, can she run another best performance against the boys? I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah. So we talk about the horses that Fast Boat beat, which you could completely wipe already. Chewing Gum, Front the Fed, and Imprimis. I mean, none of them are going to come back and create a shock here, are they?
I don't think so. But at the same time, like this track is so unique to where, I mean, I've seen 36 to ones win stakes races here. At this meet. I've seen 50 to 1 shots come up and just stay up in the lead, right? That's why I kind of like Bombard. I have someone who's just going to go straight to the lead just in case that happens. And then everyone else is going to be closing frantically. So that's why I very much like Fast Boat, but I'm going to be betting equally on Bombard as well, just in case like no one comes from the back.
Yeah. So they're your two best picks for this race then.
Fast Boat and Bombard for sure. 2-3.
And I'll be sticking with Fast Boat, I think. Next, I'm going to bring you over to my shores. So we're going to go over to Ireland at Leopardstown for the Irish Champion Stakes, which may be short in numbers, but does not lack in any kind of star power. Over a mile and 2 furlongs. It's an entry for the Breeders' Cup Turf. And I'm not going to make any secret about it. The horse that I think is going to win the Breeders' Cup Turf is in this race.
And so you're going to be going with Poetic Flair.
No.
Oh, who are you going with?
I really like St. Mark's Basilica. I think he's been targeted by Aidan O'Brien for the Breeders' Cup, like especially the second half of the year since he was third in the Derby. He's already been over to France, won a pair of Group 1s over there, come back over here and won the Coral Eclipse, beating Mishriff, who is the current favourite for the turf. And I just think, I know Adair is the best 3-year-old in this country, in England, sorry. But St. Mark's Basilica is just not that far behind. On a clear run in the Derby, it would have been a much closer matchup between the two of them.
I looked at this race, and you've heard me say it. When there's small fields, weird things happen. 4 runners. 4. I'm going to go with Poetic Flair. They win a lot at a mile. They're going to try a mile and 2 furlongs. Tarnawa, toss. See you later. No, thank you. Big winner at the Breeders' Cup last year. I don't see the form sticking. If there was 20 horses, sure. But no, not 4. But I know St. Mark's Basilica is the class. I just think weird things happen in small races.
It's quite a weird thing that you say about the small races as well, because I think his experience in that, especially in a big Group 1, there was only 4 runners in the Coral Eclipse, which he won. And that was, I feel like you could use that as a good kind of measuring stick for something like this. Because the talent in that was probably better than it is in this race on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think it's going to bolt it. Like I think Poetic Flair is good. Like I think it's like he's a very, very good horse. Mm-hmm. Like he was beaten by sorry, the name eludes me. He was beaten by Paddy Spear on his last one, I think, and he's lost to St. Mark's Basilica already a handful of times. I just can't see that form reversing.
Weird things happen in small fields, so I'm going to take a chance. It's going to be hard to bet the favorite, St. Mark's Basilica.
Yeah. So I'll stick with the favourite in that one, and you're going Poetic Flair.
Yep.
Yeah, so staying at Leopardstown, we're going to the Coolmore America Justify Match-on Stakes, which is a race for the 3-year-old fillies and mares over a mile, the Group 1, and the winner gets in to the Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Turf. Aidan O'Brien hasn't won this race since 2017. He has the favourite in this. Do you like his favourite or do you not like his favourite?
Is Peaceful the favorite?
Mother Earth is the favourite.
Oh, I'm gonna go with the other O'Brien then. You always gotta be careful for the other O'Brien. And Peaceful is in this race, correct? The two. I'm looking at the right race.
Number 2 is Dream Looper.
Ooh, Dream Looper. All right. Well, you know what? Go with your pick because I might not have this race correct.
Okay, I quite like Acanella in this, which is a runner for Mr. Lyons. I just think Mother Earth you can take on, and Acanella has been in pretty good form in Ireland over recent weeks. She was pretty progressive when winning the Snow Fairy at the Curragh on her last start, and I think she's just going to be in the mix. There's a couple that you can just kind of chuck out of this, to be fair. Pretty Gorgeous and Empress Josephine, as well as a Shay, are just far, far too inconsistent to even kind of enter the mix in this. Apana plays not without a chance, I don't think, at 9-1. But I feel like if you're going to get like someone like that win, Mother Earth is going to have to be proper off it.
Yeah. And to your point about Mother Earth, could be a special horse, right?
Yeah.
So O'Brien hasn't won this since 2017. You think he comes back and takes this victory?
No, I don't think he does because I think Acanella wins this.
Okay.
I think you could definitely draw parallels between Mother Earth and Santa Barbara. Obviously, Santa Barbara went the US route and Mother Earth stayed in the UK. But I can't see it with Mother Earth, to be fair. Not in this. Not at all.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I don't have a pick in this race, so I'm going to be jumping on your pick. What are the odds on them?
So I've got Acanella at 9-1.
Okay, 9-1.
So
not a bad price at all.
A biggie as well. So finally, we're going to go even closer to my shores for the final British Classic of the season, the St. Leger. It's the last leg of the Triple Crown over here. A Group 1, over 1 mile and 6 furlongs, for the 3-year-olds. Obviously, there's Poetic Flair, won the 2,000 Guineas, not in this. Adair won the Derby, also not in this. So what do you fancy?
I hope I get this one right. Hurricane Lane?
Yes.
Hurricane Lane's a big favorite, and for good reason. To your point, when the stars of the groups don't show up, it's really hard to like find some value in others. Moho's star is shortened in price from 10-1 to 8-1. I like them a little bit from an outside bet, but I think Hurricane Lane's just going to be too much for everyone at a very short price.
Yeah, Hurricane Lane is another star of the 3-year-old division this season. The only defeat came in he was third in the Derby and then won the Irish Derby on the return. Again, it's got success in France, and it's very, very hard to take on Hurricane Lane unless like you're going to go with someone like an Ottoman Emperor, where you're going to go with like a bit more of a story behind it. So Ottoman Emperor, is trained by Johnny Murtagh. Johnny Murtagh was a legendary jockey in his time. Won the Derby 3 times, the Guineas twice, but never ever won the St. Leger. And this is like a very, very live chance for him this year to actually get a winner in the big race that eluded him as a jockey. He's 4 from 5 this season, and won his first graded race last time out. So I think if you're looking below the favourite, that is the one to kind of go with.
What do you think they're going to go off at? Because I think it's the second favorite in the race.
Yeah, I think you'll probably see him, Ottoman Emperor, get shorter in the market. So I think when you get, obviously we have like a newspaper called The Racing Post that comes out here every morning. So people that are going to the racing would get it, see this story, which is going to be major news. And then like they'll get the vote because it's obviously a very, very good horse, but they'll also get the vote because it's a good story and people are going to buy into the story. Mm-hmm. But then that could open up value elsewhere in the market. So Interpretation is one of Aidan O'Brien's winners in here at 10-1. And he's the only one of two in here for Aidan. And I think that's the one. If I was going to go with one of the Aidan O'Brien ones, that would be the one.
I hear you. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Should be an interesting race.
Yeah, it should. So, what you're going with Hurricane Lane on that?
Yeah, I'm going to take Hurricane Lane. Chalky, chalk.
Yeah, I'm also going to stick with Hurricane Lane as well. I think it's just far too good.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So, best bets for the weekend then, Ice. What you got?
Kentucky Downs, FanDuel, Turf, Sprint, Fast Boat, the 2 Joel Rosario, 10-1. The 3 Bombard, also 10-1. So you take 2 of those, you cut them in half. You might get 4 or 5-1 on your money. Hopefully Fast Boat won't get hammered, but I think they will. That's my best bet for the weekend.
No, I am totally with you. I think Fast Boat, at the price that he's at, and in that such an open field as well, I just think he's going to take complete control of it.
I'm with you. I am with you. Let's get some winners this week. Let's get some winners.
Well, we did deliver last week, so we'll get some more this week, and then we'll just keep churning them out every week up into the Breeders' Cup. So that's all for our first episode of the Racing Gambit presented by USA Wager. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Ace, for your time.
Like and subscribe. Kentucky Downs.
Thank you very much for joining us. See you next week. Bye.